Testing, testing, testing. One, two. What's up, YouTube? We here. It's been a
Yes,
long time
sir.
coming. Long time coming. I'm a G3 investor on IG.
Yeah, I'm Tiger Sachs. Man, long time coming, G3.
Yeah, we here now for sure. Ain't going nowhere either.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we're gonna go on and start. Look, so I guess we tell the people we chose Sats and crypto. That's the name we went with. Guess kind of give them a little background on where that came from and how we got here.
Yeah. So shoot. This, like you said, this long overdue. We doggone been talking about crypto. What, this like 2.5 cycles in. First time we even heard of it was like December 2017. Price was at, I think, going on 19,000, and then it tanked in 2018 to 3,500. And got back on, just messing with it. And we got to the name where you come from, Sats and crypto. Sats is short for Satoshis. And we'll go into a photo on, exactly what that is. And then crypto, we believers in, of course, it's not financial advice, but believers that it's Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It ain't like Bitcoin a part of crypto. It's like they separate. So, yeah, Sats and crypto. And as you can see on coming up on the screen, Sats. So Sats short of Satoshis. I read just the top of it. Say there are 100 million Satoshis or Sats in Bitcoin. Each Satoshi represents a fraction of a Bitcoin, making it the smallest possible unit of Bitcoin. Satoshi, often abbreviated as Sats, is the smallest unit of a Bitcoin, and the name is honored of Bitcoin's founder Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yeah.
Um,
And oh look, sorry to cut you off. I'm gonna say this though. And and the thing is with Sats, we look at Sats, I guess a simpler way of putting it without going too deep in the weeds. It's like pennies, Bitcoin's like dollars. And a lot of channels, they have Bitcoin in the channel, but we decided we're gonna do Sats because in the future, when Bitcoin is millions of dollars, I mean, the average person not gonna be able to afford that. It's gonna be just Sats. So that's where that came from. Let me just give a little quick story kind of similar to what Tiger Sat said. Like, you hear about it in 18, 17, and you don't fully understand it. So, you kind of feel like you done missed the boat, but we all still early. I mean, you think right now Bitcoin is at 80, I don't know, 83, 84,000 or something,
about
give or take.
84,000.
And it was at what, almost 110, after the Trump pump.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we still early. We definitely still early. And yeah. And then also we'll talk about, just all of the adoption that's going on with Bitcoin because see, look at this, we got 5 states. Well, it's more than 5 states. We got 18 states that's
Right.
pending for the, getting the Bitcoin strategic reserve to considering, you can see the picture. So basically we say all that to say like all the states haven't even accepted it yet. So
Mm-hmm.
once that happens, you can only imagine where the price of Bitcoin gonna be once, if the strategic reserve thing does pass.
Exactly. And like you said, the 5 states, they actually the ones that rejected it, and shoot, they the ones that's going, be left behind. So
It's a
got
fact.
a few that if you could blow it up just a little bit for me. But you got a few that are considering it, and then a few that, seven of them that's like, hey, we'll be the leaders of it. But I feel that the five that are denying it, they gonna turn around and change their mind real soon. 'Cause like you say, the penetration is small, real small. It ain't even 10% penetration worldwide. So think about that. You say a company like Apple, think the first Macintosh was like in the 70s. Bitcoin was founded like '08, '09. So, it's less than 20 years old.
20 years.
So, imagine getting an Apple in the 90s. The people that thought Apple was, we too late in the 90s, I bet you if they can go back in time now, they wish they would have bought Apple in the 90s.
Yeah.
So don't feel like that you too late. Don't get tricked out your position. There's a whole lot of, news and narrative saying, negative information.
FUD, fear,
FUD,
uncertainty,
exactly.
and doubt. Yeah.
Say it again. What's FUD?
Fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Yup,
FUD, FUD.
yup. It's a whole
And
lot of that.
yeah, and to piggyback off what Tiger's saying, like, if I'm not mistaken, as of right now, Detroit, you can actually pay your taxes,
Mm,
like property taxes in Bitcoin, as well as Miami, you can transact in Bitcoin.
hmm.
And, so like we said, we still early and
Super early.
we just want to make sure we get the information out here to inform people about this because this is generational wealth.
Exactly.
Real, like, so we definitely believe in it, and something we definitely gonna do on this channel is something you'll hear us say a lot is DCA,
Hmm.
stands for dollar cost average. Me and Tiger, we kind of coined the phrase daily cost average.
Yeah.
uh we purchasing it daily. So like I said, we gonna do a little challenge on here, and those that want to follow can follow. We gonna do like $100 a week.
Hmm.
We're gonna split it up between Bitcoin. Of course, everybody knows what Bitcoin is.
Right.
Basically, digital gold. Think of it like land. Can't make any more land. I mean,
Hmm.
it's set supply. We also gonna do Solana. Pretty sure a lot of people have heard of Solana. Solana is basically, I guess, Ethereum 2.0.
Hmm.
Some people call it Ethereum killer.
Yeah, I believe of that.
Yeah, like when you remember Solana went up to almost $300. We was buying it, not even too long ago before the election and all of that, in the low hundreds,
Low hundreds.
and it's almost got back down there now.
Hey, and even the cycle before that, I'm in 2021 cycle, and it
Yeah.
went super low, you know,
And oh God, yeah, we remember Solana was way under $100. I'm talking about
17, like
yeah,
under 50.
yeah, way under $100. Like it's crazy just to see. You just think a couple years ago, I think, what was Solana? Didn't it fall down to like $8? Something crazy like that.
2022, 2023,
Yeah.
ranging $8 up to $13. It kind of got legs back in like late 2023, going up until last year, 2024.
Yeah. So you talking about what? Almost a 20x,
Oh my
give or take.
gosh.
Crazy. Like, you can't get them gains nowhere else.
No, literally.
So that's definitely why we picked Solana. Then also we're gonna go with XRP.
Hmm.
I mean, hey, that goes without saying. XRP was one of the original, of course, Tiger, you remember XRP.
Hey, look, back in, like I said, when I first found out about it, December 17, that was when I was messing with Binance, before Binance and the US had even where they weren't working together no more. Before Binance.US came out, you had Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP. Was it another one? I think that was the four. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and XRP was the only ones, that was at least mainstream. Might have had a few others in the weeds, but like, you know, before all that, SEC and stuff like that got involved, XRP, a top three.
Yeah, and if you go back and look at the charts, it was a time where XRP market cap was bigger than Bitcoin's.
Sure was.
So it's like it's no question we're going with that. And also, basically XRP, they won their lawsuit and stuff. Of course, that's why XRP ran up.
Mhm.
Was it a couple months ago or something?
Yeah,
It caught gas, and good gracious, good God, like it ran. Jackie
man,
Kersey,
mine.
Corey Richardson, she was out of here, So, and also, saw on Fox Business and stuff where it was like the Wells Fargo, like workers, they were saying that, they actually, using XRP to send money.
I said a whole lot of transactions going on with SRP
Yeah,
now because it's faster. You
yeah,
think
like,
using Western Union, you got to, do all those fees, go out through all those, hop all those hoops. XRP, hey, it's exchanging it, seeing. Got the wallet address, the little memo.
yeah, you're right. Because look, if you try to wire somebody some money or something, like you talking about a few days, you know, I can be
Yeah.
in America, you can be in Dubai. I can send you some XRP, man. It'll take freaking 5 seconds, and it ain't gonna cost hardly
It's
nothing. Like it's
the
literally
future, man.
pennies.
It's the
So
future. And the
yes,
future is here. You know what I'm saying? We saying it's the future, but it's happening right now. Like you said, once the big boys like the banks get involved, it ain't even to where it's the future no more. The future is now.
yeah, and of course, all this stuff, it's cooled off a lot, but you know how that go. Like they suppress that stuff so they can buy it. You know how that
Exactly.
go. And then
Mm-hmm.
another one, this next one I'm gonna talk about that we're gonna talk about. The majority of people probably never heard of it, but it's called SUI,
Mm-hmm.
SUI. Now we was buying this, last year.
Under a dollar.
Yeah, it was dumb low.
No, excuse me, under $2. Excuse me, under $2.
Yeah, it was dumb low, and it went up to what, like right at $5. Of course it didn't cool off now. But SUI is kind of looked at, it's a protocol just like Solana, but it's kind of looked at as, or well, I'm not gonna say looked at as, we predicting it could potentially be Solana 2.0.
Yup, that's what I say
Mm-hmm.
that Solana is, Ethereum is going Solana gonna come through where Ethereum at, and then Sui gonna come where Solana at. Look like at Ethereum like it's a dinosaur. Even though it's been a whole lot of money being pushed into Ethereum lately, I still personally, of course, this ain't financial advice, but I think Ethereum like a dinosaur per se, and Solana gonna come through where Ethereum man and Sui gonna step into Solana shoes.
Yeah, like you said, Ethereum like of course, you saw the reports where it was like Trump and them, I think they got like 500 million
500 million. Yeah.
Ethereum. So I mean, Ethereum ain't going nowhere either. We feel like with the public portfolio, we feel like we could get bigger gains
Hmm.
from Solana and Sui, and then also another protocol that both of us was in last cycle and been knowing about is Cardano,
Hmm.
ADA. Like that's something, I think the founders what Charles, I think that's his name, but yeah, we were in that, last cycle, and to be honest with you, the reason we chose these, one of the reasons is we don't, I mean, of course there's a lot of memes out here, and of course some of these memes down 60, 70%. But we wanted to pick stuff that we don't know for sure. Yeah, belt the butt. Yeah, them memes been getting punished, and
Crush.
everybody holler, bomb and hold. Like, man, look, that's why we call this channel Sats. We believe in holding Bitcoin forever. So
That.
we believe in holding that forever. The rest of this stuff, we want to get in it, make money,
Hmm.
sell it, and convert it to Bitcoin. So yeah, it's like I said with Cardona, all the ones we named so far outside of Sui is ones that's been around for a couple cycles.
Yep.
So I feel like, that stuff that's gonna be here. We don't wanna, buy stuff that could pretend, because we saw a lot of coins last cycle. You remember they ain't even back no more. We saw them like,
Here today, gone tomorrow.
yeah. So it's like, we don't wanna, dump no money into something that's, it
Pump
don't
and dumps.
yeah, exactly. You know. And the last one we decided was this is something that a lot of people probably never heard of either. It's Ondo,
Hundo.
ONDO. And it's a real world asset play. And the reason we picked this one was like you just look up BlackRock. Like
Yeah.
BlackRock is shoot, it's the largest like asset manager, period.
In the world. Yeah.
So, and they're involved in it, so it's no question like, yeah, you gotta look at BlackRock like as the gospel, like whatever they putting their money in, like they're gonna make sure it don't fail.
Hey, and you took off that the map.
Mhm.
But what I was gonna say before you remove the map, just in case people never heard of the strategic reserve or Bitcoin strategic reserve. I'm I, I'm a Chat GPT, head. I love, Chat GPT, even though Chat GPT got a little disclaimer, can make mistakes,
Yeah.
check important info, but uh just in their reference, a Bitcoin strategic reserve refers to the practice of holding Bitcoin as a long-term asset. So similar to how countries hold gold in reserves, you got so much money printing going on that inflation is killing the dollar. Just like we all know, $100 don't spend like it used to. Whereas there's a limited supply on Bitcoin. It's only ever gonna be 21 million Bitcoin made. So it's inflation proof. So that's why, as G3 said, we never plan on selling Bitcoin. We stacking sats, and as he said, it's not like we just buying a Bitcoin, it's $84,000. You might
Yeah.
got $84,000 just laying around, but you put $5 a day in there. It ain't like you gotta be, that's what was my mistake when I started off, when I first learned about it. I seen the price of 17,000. I'm in college. I'm like, can't do nothing with that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? 17,000. But had I had the knowledge, and the wisdom that I've been gaining through all these research and the hours that we put in, because shoot, me and G3 talk about this stuff every single day. I mean, literally like
That's a fact.
hours in, studying hours in. Now we learned that you can just buy sats, $5 a day,
Mm-hmm.
dollar a day, $10 a day, whatever your budget, you think about folks turn up, go out every weekend, da da da. That same money, can be invested in. You pull up the charts, it's nothing. I mean, when I say nothing, I'm talking about nothing, not Google, not Nvidia, not
Real
Apple,
estate, nothing.
nothing in the last since Bitcoin has been created, nothing has outperformed Bitcoin. It's not even close.
Mhm.
So you don't have to own a whole Bitcoin to get
No.
started. You can literally, like I say, we buying daily, $5 a day. You ain't got to break the bank, but you might spend $5 at 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah, Starbucks or whatever. Like, so it's like, look, this, like he was saying, I think real estate, can fact check me on it, but I think real estate appreciates like 5% a year. S&P 500, like 11% a year, give or take. And you talking about like Bitcoin crushing that. Like, and when you compare it to real estate, like it's no maintenance,
Mm-mm,
having to put on a new roof,
mm-mm,
or if it's a rental property, you ain't got to worry about your tenants paying.
mm-mm.
Like Bitcoin is we're gonna call it low maintenance. Like, you look, it ain't high maintenance. Bitcoin ain't gotta have the nails done, hair done. It's like the old days, low maintenance, you know.
And I say on top of that, with things like, the appreciation of real estate or the things you just mentioned, appreciation don't always factor in inflation,
Mhm.
so where you might have real estate appreciating X amount of dollars, but the way they be printing money, the inflation could outpace the appreciation. So it's almost like it's killing your gains for real. It's what you see these properties in these metropolitan cities, they grow in price, significantly, and people like, oh, we should sell. But if you could still need to buy a house, you sell your house for the new price, but then you gotta buy the same house and you gotta pay more. Yeah, that appreciation was good, but the inflation really killed your gains. So, you gotta take all that into consideration.
Yeah, your buying power, you're right. Buying power is, that's everything. So,
Hmm.
and speaking of Bitcoin, like it's kind of happening now, but it's not mainstream, but it's gonna be just like real estate. Like you're gonna be able to borrow against it.
Hmm.
So, our thing is everybody that's watching this channel, man, just lock in, Uber, Lyft, get 2, 3 jobs, whatever you gotta do. So, whatever little extra money you got laying around, put in it because
Hmm.
you're gonna be able to borrow against it. So, you say next cycle if Bitcoin is at, I don't know, I'm just throwing out now. Say it was at a quarter million.
Quarter mil, yeah, yeah.
You can borrow against it just like you could a rental property or, if you got stocks, you can borrow against your stocks, whatever. But like that's coming for Bitcoin.
Hmm.
And like we said, it's a limited supply. It's like land. After I mean, you can't just the way they turn the money print on with cash, you can't turn the Bitcoin print on.
Hmm.
You know, you can't turn it on. So and also too, speaking of DCA, we're gonna talk a little bit about the platforms
Yeah.
where you can get these coins we talking about for the channel's sake. me and Tiger, we just decided we're gonna do
With Coinbase?
yeah, we just gonna go with Coinbase
Okay,
because
okay.
Coinbase is, it's safe, well outside of being safe, it's just so popular and
It's
it's
easy to
easier for
use
everybody
too.
to follow, and we
See, yeah, you can
yeah,
see.
Tiger, if you want to talk about these, the different
Mhm.
exchanges they could get it on.
So you can see, as G3 said, Coinbase not just safe, but it's what it's safe best for beginners. It supports over 250 different cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin. So you got the other ones. I don't know if it's Kraken or Kraken. But you have that one as well. Um, Binance.us. I never used it.
Ain't it?
This is just what came up. We did some little research. But you got Gemini, crypto.com, which if you watch sports, you think the crypto arena, which was formerly known as the Staples Center,
Mhm.
so uh that's legit. Um, you got eToro,
Yeah, I
and
never
then
used that one either.
yeah, I ain't never used eToro. And you got Robinhood. So on this list, I've used Coinbase, I've used crypto.com, and I've used Robinhood.
Yeah,
I've
same.
spoke with people who use, like I said, I don't know if it's Kraken or Kraken, and I spoke with people who use Gemini. I don't know anybody personally who use Binance.us
Mm-mm.
or eToro. But all of these are platforms that's simply in the App Store. We don't get no kickback. We not, shouting these out because we getting sponsored or anything. This is just the information that we found from doing a little research. And of course, this ain't financial advice. This just us sharing information, which circle back to why we kind of created the channel. We talk about it all the time amongst ourselves. We're like, man, we might as well hit the record button and share this information. It'll be good just to put it on, on camera, and that way we can, expose it to the masses, because a lot of times we the last ones to get the information, so why not share it?
Yeah, that's a fact. And to piggyback off that, like all of these different exchanges, and the coins we picked, like I said, we made sure to pick coins that, are readily, I'm gonna say with definitely Coinbase, you can get all of these coins, obviously,
Mhm.
but the majority of these big exchanges, you can get the coins we listed. Like,
Mhm.
of course, there's plenty of coins out here, and some of them are just, we ain't gonna go deep into it. We'll talk about in other videos, but you got DEXs, which is just decentralized exchanges where you
Mhm.
can get some of these little smaller coins, but we'll talk about all that stuff in another video. But yeah, so that's the different exchanges, the most popular ones, that Americans can, use to purchase crypto.
Mhm.
And like we were saying with the portfolio, we're gonna do it about 5 years, and we're gonna, at the end of the 5 years, we're gonna see, putting in $100 a week. And we thinking probably as far as the portfolio structure, me and Tiger was talking about, we probably thinking maybe 70 to 80% Bitcoin.
Mhm.
And then we just spread it out evenly amongst the other, was it five? Yeah, five other coins.
Yeah.
Because we firmly believe, with the portfolio structure, you definitely need to have, I mean, even if you do 50%, but you definitely need to have majority of your capital in Bitcoin,
Yeah.
because I mean, even if you look at this cycle, as of now, was it March 1st, Sunday? As of now,
Saturday, Saturday.
Saturday, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Mhm.
March 1st, Saturday. Like as of now, Bitcoin has outperformed, you know what I'm saying? Like Bitcoin is outperformed
Hey,
basically everything.
Bitcoin dominance.
Yeah, you got Solana that's that broke its high from the last cycle. And you could fact check me on this, but I don't think as far as the big dogs from last cycle, I don't think any of them have broke their all-time high.
Mm-mm.
No, Ethereum not even close. Cardano and Avalanche. I'm just thinking of someone on the top of my head that we were messing with last cycle. You had all the metaverse plays that were popular. None of them even close to
Mm-mm.
where they was last cycle. So so if you were holding that stuff from last cycle, like you down like crazy.
Mhm.
Like, Tiger had that belt. Like you get, I mean that. Hey, I mean you just get
Facts.
slapped. So
Facts.
but of course, if you was holding Bitcoin, it don't matter where you bought it at last cycle. I think Bitcoin topped out. It was like 69, 60 something. I think. So even if you bought at the top, you up right now. So that's why we were saying with the portfolios, you want to have at least 50%. But
Mhm.
for the channel's sake, we're gonna do a little more than 50 just to make sure, you know. But like I said, with your own portfolios, you know, you can do it, of course, how you want. But
Yeah.
we just trying to just show how to have a good balance,
Hmm.
you know.
And do your own research now. What we
Yeah.
saying is this is not financial advice. We not financial advisors. You know,
No, no, I ain't play
nobody knows the future. You know, this is just from our research, our time put in. We got hours and hours put in. So,
years in from us being in last cycle. We seen how this stuff go. We was
man,
in it. We saw it, the market running up, and you look at every YouTuber, they hollering Bitcoin going to this amount, Solana going to this, you know, and that stuff can turn around and bottom out in a second. So, like Tiger said, you know, we're not experts, but we just going off of what we seen. This ain't our first cycle. Like we saw how this stuff go. So it's like you don't want to be too heavy in memes and like, you know, all of that stuff. Like, you know, and if you look now, like, you know, we're gonna be talking about this in every video. Like you got the fear and greed
mhm,
index. It's basically just an index that just measures kind of the market sentiment. You know,
mhm.
obviously if, you know, people scared and selling, then the fear is, you know, gonna be lower. So, you know, like right now, it's
About
at
20, ain't it?
yeah, it's at like a dub.
Yeah.
So, you know, you think a couple months ago it was in the 80s. So it just show you, you know, where the market at right now. It's ugly right now.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, it's
I'm
ugly.
scared. It's so
I mean,
scared. But I say this. If you would have told me when we got in, or when we first got knowledge of it, that at 84,000, look, I think the low of this week was like 79,000,
mhm.
Bitcoin dropped 79. If you would have told me that would have had people scared when it went from 17 to 3,000, I would have sold everything, probably even the kidney to get me some Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Because who would have thought, so, like you mentioned earlier, the FUD, people gonna send out a lot of information trying to get you scared of it because they want it. It's a limited supply. The least you buy and the more you sell, if you own it, the more the whales, can get it. The more the companies can get it. And if you look at the news, and I know we're gonna circle back to like the Bitcoin conference coming up, and some of the news with the White House summit coming up. If you think about that, like stuff like that has never, ever, what I'm saying, taken place. You're talking about the White House is considering having a doggone summit.
Yeah, and I think it's the seventh.
Yeah,
It's
uh-huh.
March
Be the
7th.
first
Yeah.
time ever,
Mhm.
with Trump doggone or President Trump considering being the number one crypto president or the first crypto president rather.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, he
you
wanted
talk about
America to be the freaking crypto capital. You know?
exactly like you talk about something that was shunned upon the last time he was in office, which was just what 8 years ago,
Yeah.
so it's a whole excuse me, it's a whole lot of attraction coming to it. The penetration to the market is increasing. Um, don't get left behind.
Yeah, like you said,
I
like we saw it last cycle. Like, man, you got to realize they run the price down. You know, and look, we mainly talking about Bitcoin. Like, you know, like we said, some of these memes and stuff ain't even gonna come back.
Yeah, 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 for
We
sure.
just mainly talking about Bitcoin right now. Like we saw it last cycle. Like they put out FUD and run that price down so they can buy it.
Mhm.
You know, they did a lot. Of course, we had the FTX crash, but I'm saying even outside of that last cycle, it was times where it was only negative news. You know,
True.
when coins was diving 10, 20% in a day, you know, Bitcoin falling 15% in a day.
Mhm.
You know, and all it does is scare the retail investors out. And then whales, they licking their lips. They licking their
Right.
chops. They like a freaking Rottweiler looking at a steak and they buying it while you panic sold.
Mhm.
Then as soon as the price run back up, you jump in and buy it. they throwing in tens of millions of dollars in. They get a 10% pump. They done made a quick million.
Hey,
You jump in, and then they'll just sell it again and run it back down.
hey,
Fake news.
hey, man. You know what Warren Buffett said? When folks are greedy, be fearful. But when people are fearful, hey, be greedy. Now he might not be a fan of Bitcoin and crypto, but his way of investing mindset, of course, one of the all-time greats. You can take his doggone strategies and implement them, and hey, history repeats itself, and it's proven time and time again.
Yeah, you're right. Like they say, history may not repeat itself, but it tends to rhyme. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a fact. Like, look, buy fear, sell greed. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, not talking about memes, but like, you open up your portfolio and you see, Solana, Bitcoin, XRP, the big boys, you see them down double percent. Like, say buying $1 a day. You see that? Throw in $3 that day. Don't wait till it's up 10%. Say, oh shoot, let me throw in more.
Right.
You want to throw in more when, the days that is bleeding.
Exactly.
Bloodbath, that's when you want to be buying. The house burning down, running, you want to you want to run in the house. Like right now, hey, this is the time to be running in the house. Like it's ugly.
People scared, but like you say, you might want to run in the house.
It's
Hey, but
like,
look, we'll talk them to death, man.
yeah.
I don't know if you want to show them a picture of the Bitcoin conference that's coming up
Oh yeah.
when
Yeah,
we get
let's
out of here, and then the White House summit. Little article I can read it, but outside of that, man, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that we done finally, then finally took the steps to actually do what we said we was gonna do, and bring this conversation to on camera to share it to the masses. I think it's very important for people to be able to get this information and
yeah.
to, be able to hear it from other sources. So yeah, Bitcoin conference in May 27th through the 29th in Las Vegas. They got another one in Hong Kong, August 28th through the 29th. I believe the biggest one is here in America. As you can see, it got 3 days. I believe they got another one in maybe Amsterdam, but I don't think the dates are confirmed. Um, we won't be there this year, but next year, hey, what is
Yeah.
it, Florida?
Yeah. We in there.
Saxon Crypto in the building next year.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
Yeah,
That's a
we
fact.
definitely in the building.
And like you said, we'll be on here, talking all day. Anything you want to add on what you think it may be, what may happen coming up soon?
Mhm.
What you feeling? I know it's bleeding right now, but
Yeah.
what's your take on it?
Hey, we with you though. You ain't alone. It's bleeding for us too. Yeah, and guess what? Like G3 just said, we might have been buying $2 a day before it was bleeding. It's bleeding $5 a day now. Hey,
That's a
take
fact.
advantage of it.
That's a
And
fact.
you got the White House summit as well.
Let's go ahead and pull that up before we get out of here.
Yeah.
White House.
So yeah, like I said, this is gonna be and this was just yesterday, this release. So for immediate release, the White House will host first ever crypto summit in Washington, D.C. The White House announced today that President Trump will host and deliver remarks at the first ever White House crypto summit on Friday, March 7th. So that's what, a week away, basically. Um, they're gonna have all type of prominent founders to come. And as G3 mentioned before, the president promised to be America's first crypto president. So he got an executive order. Um, who knows if he gonna really stick to his word and do a strategic reserve, a Bitcoin reserve, whether it's just gonna be Bitcoin, whether it's gonna have other coin, who knows? But the fact that he said it, then put an executive order in, it's bullish, man. I don't think we finna go into the bear. We shall see. I think it's still plenty time to get in the game. I think the winner not here yet, man.
No, I think yeah, we should be getting, even if it is like, if you're looking long term, you know,
It
the
don't
next
matter.
cycle, which we'll go into cycles in another video, but next cycle everything gonna be up anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's the first episode.
Let's
Episode one, episode
go.
let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Finally did it March 1st.
Hey, Tiger Sats
Yeah.
out, man.
G3 stamp.